Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, we just put a brand new mobile home on a piece of raw land about 9 months ago. We had the well drilled, and from the very start we had nothing but problems with the water. We've had really orange looking nasty colored water, so we had to put multiple systems in place. So our water does pass the drinking water test along with bacteria tests, but it still doesn't taste good. So we are on a mission to solve that problem. So anyways, we've done a lot of research and we come across these new systems. So this is the Frizzlife Undersink 1,000 gallon tankless RO system.
Which is your reverse osmosis, which for us would be the final piece to having perfect water.
So this water filter system is really easy to install from what I've done my research. So today we're gonna go through it. We're actually gonna install it together and we'll see just how easy it really is. So here's everything that it comes with. Of course, you have your main system here, and it already has the filters installed on the front. So there's your front cover. These are your filters. There's filter number 1, filter number 2. So it looks like they're already installed. Okay. And then you got your cover. Just clips on there like that. We have our main faucet here. This is where all your water is going to come from. Your hardware for that, your power supply, you got hoses, all your fittings that you need, all your little clips that you need, and then this is your other filter. And it's got some really good looking directions here. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So we're gonna get started on this right now. Let's go. So we're gonna go underneath the sink here. This is where all the magic's gonna happen today. Da-da. Underneath all my sinks in the house, I have a bowl under there in case you ever have a leak, you would know about it. So we learned from our bathroom in there. We had that vanity leak when we first moved in. It leaked for like 2 months. Okay. Anyways, we had a lot of water damage. We had to have the subfloor, all the insulation replaced. We had to get a new vanity. We had to do a lot of drywall work. So I said no more. So from now on, here's a little tip for you guys. Underneath every one of our sinks, I have one of these big popcorn looking bowls, and it sits there like that. And once a month when I change my air filters on the house, I go around and I check all my underneath my sinks. And if the bowls has any water in it, you know you got a leak. So just to prevent, future repairs. Water damage is like the #1 killer for homeowners. So the first step is to take this little 3-way valve here. This is going to hook right into your cold water. So it's just going to be like a little adapter piece underneath the sink here. But first I'm going to put some thread tape on the threads. So I have my little 3-way valve here. The only thing I did was put the tape on. Then this side here, you take off this little nut. You take the 3/8 tube. It's labeled. It says 3/8. You put the nut like that. And we're going to connect this like this. Okay? But it says before you do it to dip this in hot water. So I got a little thing of hot water here. It says to dip it for like 30 seconds or so. And what that does is it makes that hose so it's going to go on there a lot easier. So here we go. Oops. And it sure did. It popped right on. So once that's on, you take your thing and just tighten her up. And that's going to keep that together. Let me get a wrench. Man, I got the right size the first shot. So now we're tightening that up. I got this piece hooked up. I got the hose. Now don't worry about it. I know this is going to be way too long, but we're going to cut it here in a minute once we get it installed. So first I'm going to go underneath the sink and I'm going to install this piece, and that's like the big first step here. All right, so here's my cold water here. I'm going to turn this valve off and we are going to loosen this up. I have me a bowl right here to try to catch some water. I also have a towel nearby, just in case we have any problems. Man, we didn't lose much water at all. Let's see if we can keep it that way. So here's my valve right here. That's going to go on there. This side's got an O-ring on it, so you really don't even need any of that tape on there. So all this does is just tee it off. Like, it's just making it so we can connect it to the water. So now we're going to tighten that back up. Oh, that's a different size wrench. All right, we got that. Now we just connect our existing one back in. Now I'm going to test it out for leaks. So I actually got the other end of the tube up here. I'm going to hold it over here. You got that? We just hold that in the sink in case it leaks. And now I'm going to turn this back on and just make sure I don't have any leaks here. Always check for leaks. So if this is good, we know we're good. No leaks. Now I'm going to turn it on. Ready? You're going to get some water up there. Is it coming out?
Yeah. That's actually good pressure.
There you go. So now we have that all hooked up. Turn that back off until we're ready for it. And I'm checking for leaks. I don't feel any leaks, so I think we are good. Okay, so I got my system here. I'm going to turn it around facing the back. So on the back here, you can actually see it's labeled. There's your supply line. That's the line that we just installed. Your wastewater line, which is going to be inserted into your drain. And then your filter line, that's going to your filter. So you got 3 lines coming from this box here. So it comes with this special little tool here. The little end is for the smaller ones, and then the big end is for this one. So all you do is insert it, and you push down, and these pop right out. Okay, it's just a little clip here, see? Pretty easy. So it locks in. Now you can't pull it out. Anyways, these are just shipping caps. So we're going to pull that shipping cap out. You don't need that anymore. But that's where we're going to plug our line in that we just did. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull all these ones out. So we're going to pull this one out, and we'll pull this one out. Okay, so we got all of our shipping caps out. This one here stays in, do not use, it says. Okay, and then obviously there's your power supply. I found this little tub here, and like I said about water leaks, you can never be too safe. So this little tub here fits perfect in here, just like that. And then this thing will actually fit, perfectly under there like that. I'm not going to put it in yet until we're ready, because first I want to install all these water lines. So this line right here that we just did, you can see it's going to plug in right here. So it's going to plug straight up and down. So I'm going to take this line and measure it where I need it. So about right there. So I need to cut it about right there. All right, so I got to cut it right here. What you do is you get yourself a piece of cardboard, and it comes with a little knife here, and you just put a little bit of pressure, and it cuts it like butter. So now we have our supply line. We're going to plug it in. Just pushes in. It's locked in. And then we're going to take this little clip, and it just clips in. And that makes it so it won't come out. And so it comes with this little clamp looking thing here, and this actually goes over the waistline right here on your P-trap. So it's going to go like that, and then your tube is going to go in there. That's your waistline tube. So we have to drill a little hole here. So it comes with a little sticker that we can put right there, which we're going to do. And that's going to let us know where to drill. And then when we're done, that's also going to be the gasket for this. All right, so there's our hole. So I'm gonna slide my line in. I'm gonna put that line right in there like that. So now we have our waistline hooked up. That's what it looks like. Just a little clamp that goes over there. Our line is inside the pipe. All that's left to do is put our little small blue clip on, and it just clips in like that. I gotta see about how much space I need. So like that. I give a little bit extra. So same thing. I'm gonna use my piece of cardboard and just cut that. So now we're gonna install the waistline to the main unit here. So the waistline just clips in, just like that. And we put our little blue clip on. Whoops. Man, these clips are so tiny. There it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and install my filter line here, because my plan is I'm going to go ahead and put this underneath the sink. So I'm going to just hook everything else up. So we just know we got to hook this up to the filter. And again, it just plugs in. And your little clip. Make sure it's in. And put that little clip on. And that one's done. Will you give me the power supply? We are not going to plug it into the wall. Okay, we're going to keep that like that. But we are going to go ahead and plug this in. That way we're ready to roll. I don't have to go back under here. Okay. It fits in there pretty good. All right, so I got that sitting inside of my little water tote just in case of leaks. And here's what it looks like underneath this cabinet. There's my power cord. It's not plugged in yet. We're just going to plug it into that little extension cord there, which goes underneath the cabinet and is plugged in underneath the stove. We do have to get an electrician out here to run me a power outlet here, which I will do eventually. So here is the main filter here. And this one side goes to that little sink faucet that we haven't installed yet. And the other side is going to go to the line that we just installed last. Okay, that goes to the filter. So I'm going to put my filter about right here. I think that'll be a good spot for it. This is a really clean looking installation. Anyway, so this piece of here just slides off. I can pop it off. And that way I can mount this bracket where I want it. And then put the filter back in. So I'm going to go ahead and mount my bracket. So we got that bracket mounted. Here is our filter line. Now it's really long because the rest of the remainder line is going to go from the other side of the filter to the little faucet up there. So let's just cut what we need for this. So here's our line. The filter is going to be about right there. I like to leave a little bit extra just in case. So I'm going to cut mine about right there.
Don't cut yourself.
I'm going to go ahead and install it on my filter first. And to do that, you just pull the little clip out. So use my little tool and pull out that packing plug. We don't need that. The filter came with these little 90-degree angle things. I think I'm going to use mine because it just fits better going up like that rather than sideways, you know. I think it's going to fit better like that. So one end goes in there, just like that. Put a little blue clip on it, like that. And then the other end, you just slide your line in, like that. Little blue clip. Okay. So this is done. So here's the leftover line that we have left. So we're almost out of line, which is perfect because all we have left to do now is hook up the faucet. Our sink has a spot for it right here. If yours doesn't, you'd have to drill a hole. When I installed this sink, I silicone this on there. So I am going to try to see if I can break this silicone. Look at that. But anyway, so you got this little piece here that it comes with. That goes first. And then a gasket. Just like that. Okay. And that's what's going to go in here. And then on the other side, so once that's in, on the other side, you got another gasket. And you got this little wing nut thing. Okay. It's a little threaded nut. And that's going to go on the bottom side. Okay. Because you're not going to be able to see me under there doing that. So that's what it's going to look like. That's what I'm going to be doing under there. Just putting on the gasket and the leather wing nut. All right. And then also, while I'm under there, I'll be hooking the hose up. And now for the hose, it comes with this little sleeve adapter. Okay. It's just two females. And one end is going to slide right inside of here with a blue clip. And then the other end, your hose will plug in with a blue clip. And that's it. And that's going to hook up to your filter. So just so you guys can see, because I don't think you'll be able to see me under there while I'm doing it. I'll try. We'll see. We'll see how good I am with the camera. So, all right. So I'm going to take that off. That's going to go in there just like that. It looks nice. Look at that. All right. Let's head underneath. All right. I don't know what y'all can see, but that's the best that I can do. I got my gasket going on. And then I got my little wing nut going on. All right, we got that on there. And now we're going to put our little adapter sleeve on. So that just pushes up. That's it, it's in. And then a blue clip. Blue clip. And then our line plugs in. Okay. And another blue clip. Look at that. We did it. I didn't think I was going to be able to bring you guys under here. But I think that we are pretty fortunate to have our sink have a door right here. Because a lot of sinks, you know, this compartment under here, that's it. You know, you'd have to work out all under there. We got this other, you know what I mean? We got more room. I got more room under mine. It was made for this. All right, you guys, here's what we got so far. It is a very clean looking installation. Let me get under here, and all we got to do is hook up one more line and we're done. And we'll be having some good water. So here is our last line here. It's obviously too long, so we're going to shorten it. But remember, I always leave a little bit of extra room, so when it comes time to change the filters and any kind of maintenance or anything. So I think about there should be good. All right, piece of cardboard and that knife. Got a good helper. And then we got some extra line here that we are not going to use. So remember, on our filter, we already put that adapter on, our little 90. So now we're just going to get in here and plug it in.
I got another one.
And a blue clip. All right, there we have it, y'all. Look at that installation job. Pretty good. So everything is in the back. You know, I don't care about all the hoses and stuff. It all can stay up there, but I still got all this room here. What are we going to put here? You know, Dan, I'm putting my bowl back. That's my emergency bowl in case we ever have a leak or anything. I can still access my front cover. Look at that. I can pull my front cover off. I can access those two filters there pretty easily. I can access that filter. We are good to go. I think this is going to work out really good. I'm going to turn the water on, which is this valve right here. Oh, we are on. It's doing something, y'all. We have no power hooked up to it yet, but I got all the water on. I'm just checking for leaks. Anyways, I'm back here feeling around. I don't feel any leaks. I think we're good. And if there was a leak, you would see it filling up in here. So that's why I put that here. That's so awesome. Here goes nothing. It's on, y'all. I still don't see any leaks, so we should be good. So now it says to actually let this thing run. So this is my first time turning it on. You guys are going to watch it. How do you turn on? You don't pull, you twist.
Yeah, straight.
Nothing. Bet you there's a lot of air in the line. So just leave it on for a second. It'll come. There it goes.
It says 30 minutes.
30 minutes. All right. So you guys, we got to come back. It is 10:50. So what time would that be? 11:20?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll see you back at 11:20. We got to let this run for 30 minutes. All right, so now we are going to do a drinking water test. We're going to fill up 2 glasses of water, one with our nasty, crappy water we used to have, and one with our fancy water. So let's go ahead and fill up the fancy water. I'm going to start calling that fancy water.
Fancy water.
Okay. And then the other one we're going to fill up with the nasty water.
Sink water.
Yeah, the faucet, tap water, the hose water.
There you go, hose water.
All right, so Amanda's going to go first. You're going to drink this first, and then you're going to drink that one, and you're going to tell me the difference.
I'm not drinking that.
What do you mean you're not drinking that?
There's stuff in there.
Ew, there is stuff in there. I've never noticed that. I never drank this water before. Let me show you guys. There's actually stuff floating around. Is there stuff in that one? That's crystal clear, y'all. All right, let me dump that out and show you guys. There's literally stuff floating in this water.
Oh,
ew, what the heck? Sorry, I gotta zoom in on this, guys. I never noticed that. Look at that. If you guys know what that is, let me know. Like, is that, what the heck is that? I never noticed that. There you go. All right, you don't have to drink it, but we'll drink the fancy water. I never noticed that. Let me make sure the fancy water don't have that in it. Let's zoom in on that one. Hey, that's disgusting. Like I said, we buy bottled water. Let's check out this one. Nothing. Crystal clear. Wow. All right. So it's definitely filtering stuff.
Yeah, it's already presentable.
I wonder what that is. What is that?
I don't know. And it's like, this is a fairly new sink, so it's not like stuff from there. I don't know.
It's probably not harmful. It's probably like sediments or something. I guess we're just going to test this water because we don't have anything to compare it to. Oh, Walmart water. Thank you, Walmart. We're going to compare it to the great value Walmart drinking water. All right, here we go. Cheers. Ah, that's good water. That's good water. They both taste good. I don't notice a difference. Your turn. Maybe my taste is not as strong, I guess. I don't know. They taste the same to me, which is a good thing. Hey, if our water tastes like bottled water, we're doing something right.
I don't taste a difference.
We don't taste a difference. You guys, that's a good thing. We just turned our water into bottled water. So we're good to go. Because this is the water we drink. I mean, we buy cases and cases and cases, and they're heavy and they're heavy and they're heavy. I'm tired of lifting them. So we are good to go. We have our new water. We're going to use this for cooking. We're going to use this for our ice machine. Eventually, that's something else we should do. We could do that. You guys, I just thought of something. Not on this video, but later on. We could connect to this. We can tee off and run a line to our refrigerator. And that way we can actually, because our refrigerator has an ice maker in it. It's got the water thing. And we never used it because we've always had nasty water, you know. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'm going to leave the link in the description where you can go check them out. You can order one for yourself. Go check them out, y'all. This is a good system. We want to thank Frizzlife for sponsoring this video. We really appreciate it. This is an awesome water filter system. All right, well, we love y'all, and we will see you on the next one. Bye. See you. The reverse osmosis.
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 I love hearing you say it.
Reverse osmosis.
Reverse osmosis.
Reverse osmosis. I can't say that. I'm sorry. This is a reverse
osmosis
system. Wait, where are you going? Wait, go back there.
What?
Now. So, let me go back. So we had the salt tank put in that controls the brine. Hold on. What the heck's it called? Iron.
Iron, yeah.